This is my mustache, and this mustache is the best in the world. There are none better than this. Yes. The episode opens up including two great things, the magics and mustache. After all, everything's better with a mustache. Well, maybe everything except Spike. But anyways, here we get some insight on how our book horse performs experiments on her assistant. In general, this is a pretty good way to start things off, instead of actually spouting some exposition. Yes, I'm looking at you. Oh, wait.
Haven't you heard? There is a new unicorn in town!
Yeah, they say that she's got more magical powers than any other unicorn ever!
So we're lowering the bar now, hey? Sure, why not? It's not like they're completely unlikable. But seriously, after watching this episode, I came to a rather weird realization. If you were to actually cut out all the scenes with Snips and Snails, the story only would improve. Sure, some parts wouldn't make much sense, but it would still be better. As for the way this story is built, one particular saying is coming to my mind. Show, don't tell. But I guess it's too much to ask sometimes, right?
Come one, come all, come and witness the amazing magic of the great and powerful Trixie!
Number 1, I know that at this moment, one particular newspaper editor became obsessed with this character and has been jamming her likeness everywhere. Still, I can't blame ya. And number 2, first when I heard the name I was like, so now you're bringing strippers into the show? Oh my, Canadian TV sure is strange. But on a serious note, I became a Trixie fan only after season 6 finale. Yes, it just ended and only now I see how interesting the character really is. Sure, back then I did see Trixie as Twilight's small foil, but in every new season it seems that she gained bigger and bigger importance. Also, Trixie has probably one of the best character arcs in the show for a side character. Yeah, you can't beat Luna, but Trixie definitely is in top 3. Now, I did say that I only recently started appreciating Trixie as a character. Before this, I distinctly remember feeling disgust whenever I saw her. In most part, it was due to her way of speaking. Usually, this tone and manner is used by bimbos, so I constantly had this nagging image in my head about her that prevented me from taking her seriously.
Don't believe the great and powerful Trixie? Well then, I hereby challenge you, Pony Villians. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Right here, the intonation, all the tones, everything in the way Trixie speaks made me dislike the character, yet respect the voice work. Even back then I really liked Trixie's voice actress and her ability to portray the character. She did such a great job that I actually felt a genuine emotion about Trixie. To me this happens rarely, but it's usually a sign of perfectly executed task. The same goes with most characters and actors in the Game of Thrones. So props to you, Kathleen. Wait, hold on, you're the voice of my queen too? Holy crap!
My. What boasting?
And that's the topic of today's episode, and it's a subjective one too. While for some people it can be showing off, for others it's proving your skill. Yes, here we got Trixie being egocentric, but on first glance this is a part of an act. A lot of entertainers have this onstage persona that boasts constantly, and it should be recognized as such. Still, for the story, Twilight takes this the wrong way, even when AJ explains it quite clearly.
Nothing wrong with being talented, is there? Nothing at all.
Except when someone goes around showing it off like a school filly with fancy new ribbons.
Well. It seems we have some naysayers in the audience.
Yeah, what can I say? Even back then, I liked this clip. Still, Trixie says that she can do anything better than others. But the way each skill or trick is presented and then replicated isn't really comparable, so it's just a big mess. Much like Rarity's hair.
No! Green hair! Not green hair!
Hey, Carm is a bitch, ain't it, Rarity? Oh, and here we see what they call an improved AJ.
I hear my laundry calling. Sorry, gotta go.
Twilight?
Now, Twilight essentially refuses to step up because she fears that because of her skill, everyone will think of her as a show-off, just like Trixie. When you're trying to fit in, worrying about what others may think is the most important thing to a person. Is it a good thing? Well, yes and no. As with anything, there's a lot of middle ground, but in this instance, Twilight represents a person that tries earning respect, while Trixie on the other hoof is trying to force respect from others. Basically, both extremes on the spectrum, if you will. Right, now to lighten up the mood.
It's not not the same thing, Twilight. You'd be using your magic to stand up for your friends.
No, Spike, it's exactly the same.
Though this is the 6th episode in the season, and thus far Spike has played only very minor roles. In this episode he shines a bit. Truly, he comes off as a wonderful supporting character and a friend to Twilight. I had almost forgotten this.
Here's the old smoothie you asked for, with extra hay, just how you like.
Just look at Trixie's face, it tells it all. I mean, come on, Bud delivers smoothies? Well, I know only one type and it shouldn't be drunk ever. But nope, I guess Trixie's thirsty. Anyways, as the story progresses, our comedy duo wakes up on Urza and leads it back to the town. So now at least we'll get to see some real magics. Oh, so that's all the magics you got? How disappointing.
Stop goofing around and vanquish it, eh?
Hold on, my Canadian sense is tingling. But yeah, My Little Pony, at least back in those days, was developed mostly in Canada. And that's why you'll hear background characters with that accent quite a bit.
I can't. I never have. No one can vanquish an Ursa Major. I just made the whole story up to make me look better.
The very least, she admits it instead of skipping the town. And with that, Twilight gets some courage to step up. So it's finally time for some real magics. Got to say, before this we never got any real demonstration of Twilight's magic, or any magic outside of what elements can do, and honestly, this episode got perfect opportunity to set some rules for how magic worked. But nope! Even to this day, 6 years later, we know very little of unicorn magic. Oh well, hope that writers don't pull any Deus Ex Magus in future then. Well, never mind then.
And I just thought...
Whoa. Magic's got nothing to do with it. Trixie's just a loudmouth.
Most unpleasant. All hat and no cattle.
Honestly, one of the best ending explanations I can remember, and the story as well as the message were well conveyed. Still, in real life, remember that there are people that are just unpleasable bags of seagull guano.
But you will never have the amazing, show-stopping ability of the great and powerful Trixie! Why, that little...
Seriously, Dash, what would you do after capturing her? Trixie did absolutely nothing wrong. If anything, she tried to help and ran away leaving all of her stuff, and now you want to toss her into the jail or something? Really? What's wrong with ponies and their sense of fairness? With this, I would be afraid to even appear in pony-ruled courts. Especially because I'm not a pony, they might just skip the whole trial and move on to burning me at the stake. Sure, it also doesn't help that once in a while I go into town to grab some love.
We deserve whatever punishment you give us.
You know what, at this point I'll join the fandom crowd screaming for blood!
What's an Ursa Major like?
Just kill it with fire! What the buck is that? If that's your mom, then holy shit! Did someone use sledgehammer for her reconstructive surgery? Come to think of it, there are a lot of your mom ugly jokes that I could use, but we only got this much time. Oh well. Oh my moustache says that we must conquer the world and force everyone to wear moustaches, even babies. Yes, that sounds like a great plan.